Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. I thought I would come in and do a quick reading. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective. Anyone who views this video, I hope you're all keeping well. This moon has been very intense, this full moon in Cancer. We're going to feel it till the new year. It's going to help us and bring up the opportunities of healing the emotions that we have held from our divine feminine, from our past lives, the feminine from our past lives, the feminine from our ancestral lineage. So this is a huge energy. Mars and Mercury. Mercury retrograding in Sagittarius. Mars there, very close to Mercury. So it can bring up some hostile conversations, some temper, some words that are really cutting. So being aware and not taking things personally. Lots of wounds opening up as Chiron has started to move direct today. So lots of energy today, lots of opportunity for us to settle down, align ourselves, lots of projections, unhealed projections onto each other. And as we step back and realise that whatever anybody else is doing it's their programming. It's their perceptions that are playing out, and there's nothing any of us can do about that. Just keeping ourselves aware of that and not taking it personally and not being too sensitive at this time. The crab, Cancer is the crab, and it's got this shell and very tender inside. So it is to keep our protection, and we keep our protection by self-love, by doing things that bring healing to ourselves, especially with Cancer, this water sign, spending time having a nice salt bath, spending time near a lake, doing things that really bring calmness and ease to our emotions. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective, or anyone who views this video. I have Ruby here at my feet, sleeping away. So there we are, the Four of Swords, the Temperance, and the Five of Cups. Then sticking out there is the Two of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and yeah, the challenging time. Okay, the Five of Wands, but also the Four of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the World. So these big energies. We are being guided to do our self-healing. You can see there, she is connecting to her spirit, feeling that calmness. This is the card after the Three of Swords, the heartache, the betrayal. So things coming through these past weeks that have really felt heart sore, that have felt raw, and we are spending time healing through maybe the past 12 months, things that have really affected our hearts, that we've had grief, we've had loss, we've even lost people that are still in this physical. Lots of things shifted, lots of change, and we're still going through the energy of that and the self-healing of that, and taking some time to rest and give ourselves that compassion, give ourselves that time for healing. the temperance, and this is the balancing of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which is perfect for this full moon in Cancer and the sun in Capricorn, bringing that balance in. When we step too much into our divine feminine, we over nurture, we become codependent on making sure everybody's looked after regardless of ourselves. Where if we are depleted, it's about taking that energy back, the self-love, the divine masculine, when especially with this energy of Mars and Mercury in retrograde. The Mercury retrograde started off okay, but it's got a bit intense as it's moved closer to Mars in Sagittarius. So it can be hostile. So when we know we are stepping into that anger, when we are going into attack with words, we know we've stepped too much into the masculine to really come back in and come into our center and allow the anger to dissolve in the light that is coming through. We are going through this initiation, every single one of us. We are healing from this past year. We look at this time last year, things are so different. People that used to be in our lives are no longer here, whether they have moved into the spirit realm or they have shifted energy. Things changed, and when we look at everything in between all that we have faced, it's been a lot. So it's time to rest from all that, putting the conflict down, healing our hearts from the grief that that a lot of us have felt, and it may be grief from years ago. So these wounds that we've had, the wound of the masculine, the wound of the feminine, that we have been working with, because they bleed out into our lives without us even realizing. We go into an unconscious state, a subconscious personality, and we start speaking from that pain. We start speaking from it and really connecting and entangling ourselves in to the lower dimension. So this is a time of healing from that. We're coming to the end of this year, coming into that place of forgiveness of ourselves for not knowing any better, for forgiveness of others, because we're all moving through this time of healing and coming into our karmic cleansing. So the balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which this full moon is helping us to come into that awareness of anything that's out of alignment there, really feeling and allowing the waters of the divine feminine. Cancer rules water, the moon rules the tides. So we're merging ourselves in, even if it's in meditation, visualize washing ourselves down in the waters of the divine feminine, from her womb, from the pureness of our creation, washing everything away that is no longer serving us, that is not of our authenticity, and seeing everything falling away, the denseness, the emotions, the pain, just dissolving and washing away in the waters of the divine feminine, bringing in the memory of who we truly are. The 5 of Cups, and this keeps presenting itself over this time. So grief coming to the surface, upset maybe coming to the surface, and being gentle with ourselves, not seeing that that's anything wrong there, that it's a time, it's a process of healing. And as we change our focus away from grief, because our loved ones in spirit are so close to us now, they really want us and wish for us to be happy and at peace, because they do not have these bodily worries, pains any longer. They're free, they're in that place of expansion, they're in that place of sheer bliss, and will keep bringing the spiritual healing to us of that, of peace, bringing up anything that needs to be dissolved in this bliss, in this spiritual healing light. We have the Two of Cups, love, coming together in love. So two hearts merging as one. We've come from this time of conflict to actually healing that conflict with love, holding ourselves in love, holding everyone around us in that light of love, regardless of what's going on. Holding everyone around us, including ourselves, in the light of divine love, which brings in so much healing that then starts to manifest our wishes being fulfilled. So this is confirmation that those prayers that we have been sending up into the higher realms, that we have been sending into the heart of the galactic center, have been heard. And the energy, we're holding it in our hands. So as we breathe in this energy through our crowns into our hearts, down our arms, into our hands, and everything that we touch with love, touch with awareness, making sure we are aware of what we are doing. Sometimes we go back into that subconscious place, and we go into the place of not being happy, not being at peace, to really bring ourselves in to that time of, and that place of awareness, into the moment. Then we have the Ace of Swords, enlightenment coming in. When we empty our mind of all those stories that we tell ourselves that have built up over the past 12 months, to take a breath and allow our minds to calm down and to clear and to open up, and we receive the epiphanies that are now flowing into our crowns. And this is a gift from the divine, bringing in those wonderful ideas that as we let go of those old stories, we open up to an enlightenment, into a time of really seeing the truth of every situation around us. And as we see in truth, we see it with divine love, because that at the core of everything, it's at the core of everything. So this is a activation of our crown. Epiphanies coming in, new ideas coming in, connecting to a higher consciousness. As we let go of the third dimension, we start to move up through the dimensions. And the Five of Wands, whatever challenges that have been coming up through this time, and this is the cards of the fire signs, so and Mars, Sagittarius. So Mercury is an earth sign, and fire, when they come together, can combust really powerfully, making sure that we are not going into that, stepping into that combustion of too much fire, too much anger, getting heated words, making sure that we're stepping back, because from stepping back we open up to the epiphanies, we open up to a better way of being. And then the Four of Wands. When we keep this fire and air in balance, we create magic, we create joy. This is the 1111. Staying positive, staying conscious. If we step into an unconscious situation and we go into an unconscious, we step into our unconsciousness, we create a challenge. When we stay conscious, we create celebration. So we are moving through this initiation into the next year. It's a time of celebration. One change of thought, one change of feeling opens up space for the universe to fill us with sheer joy. We are creating the masterpiece of our lives. This is the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and my husband lit a candle here that's got two flames within it, and as he lit it, I was shuffling and the Lovers card flew out. So this is coming together with the divine masculine, the divine feminine, first within us, and then we start to create it in our life. So this is the Eight of Pentacles, that we are showing up dedicated to doing the work to create a masterpiece in our life that is love, that is balance, that is in harmony, that is prosperous and abundant, divinely abundant. So we're chipping away at the dense energy of the rock, looking in through those dense energies into the masterpiece of our lives, and chipping away until whatever we're focusing on and believing in it has to manifest, because the belief is there. Then we have the Three of Wands. Take a leap of faith, and this is an acceleration in our ascension, a quantum leap. Again, the energy coming through our palms, creating sheer magic. Whatever we touch, we're leaving our imprint. We're seeing the evidence of that in our outside world. We're surrounded with ascended masters, of beautiful prayer, of our ancestors, and everything we touch, when we're in alignment to our sacredness that's within, we create that just creates all around us. So wishes being fulfilled, making sure we're staying in and we're focusing on those wishes, that we're focusing and actually believing in them. And then the energy coming from our palms again. Take the lead in your life. Take the lead in your authenticity. Don't be looking around for other people's opinions or approval, because then we're stepping back into the codependency. We're here to stand on our own 2 feet in our light, to be ourselves, and as we be ourselves, everyone else accepts that. And if they don't, then that is an energy that is out of alignment anyway. And for us to work on ourselves during that, because it's not to go into resistance with anyone, it's to accept everyone who they are, and to know and to give space that we're all going through this ascension, whether people know it or not, and we're all awakening. There's a huge conscious shift occurring. We have the energy in the palms of our hands to give healing to someone. When we're doing hands-on healing, it's through the palms of our hands. To do our self-healing, place our hands, our palms on our hearts and feel that divine love and divine healing melting away any armouring any wounding, any protection of any wounding that we have within us, any fears within us, any fear of being loved, any fear of giving love. When we place our hands, breathe in the love of God in through our crown, into our hearts, into our palms and into our hearts, dissolving anything that is not of the truth of who we are, dissolving armouring, dissolving pain. And then from there we create new earth again. Our palms are held up, we're connected to the higher consciousness, to the higher realms, to the 12th dimension and higher. We're moving up now, anchoring this energy into the heart of Mother Earth, creating a new and beautiful reality as we move in to the new year. So lots of shifting going on, being gentle with ourselves, being the parent, loving our inner child, holding her or him, letting them know how loved they are and how safe they are. So I'm setting now an intention for a reading from the Goddess deck. So I'm asking for a message from the Divine Feminine, from the Goddess. And we have shelter. You are cherished. We are loved. And you can see that this is winter time, a card of winter time as well. Moving through this time of winter, knowing that to take shelter back at home to ourselves, to nurture ourselves. And you can see there's the robin, our loved ones, messages from our loved ones coming through. The stars, the air in the sky, taking us through into spring, to stay focused on the lighter days, to stay focused on the light, coming home within ourselves, taking shelter within ourselves. And that's not to go into isolation or into pushing anyone away. It's just taking that time, placing our hands on our hearts, knowing the Divine Mother is embracing us at this time. And I'll choose one from the gods, goddesses and angels as well for some extra guidance. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective, for anyone who views this video. There we have Angel of Emergence. It is time for the real you to emerge. Not a copycat of anyone else, as we go within and take that shelter within, listening to our divine, listen to the divine source energy that's at the core of us, that holds all the information, the intelligence, the wisdom for who we are and our own path. So this is the card of emergence. The Angel of Emergence is around us all, giving us that strength, giving us the insight, bringing in the clarity of who we truly are. And you can see there she's surrounded by butterflies. So this is a time of transformation, a wonderful time of transformation, to really enjoy this time of letting go of the old, letting go of the shadow, stepping deeper and going behind the triggers, coming out of our minds from those stories that we tell ourselves, that we're not good enough, that nobody likes us, or whatever it may be. Coming behind that, they are all our shadow. And Capricorn is the devil in the tarot. It's our shadow. So we're being tested. And this is the temperance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. We're being tested during this time to really find the love, the self-love, and to nurture ourselves, to honour ourselves. So I'm sending so much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Maybe take a nice walk, take some salt bath, whatever it may be. Do some looking back over the past 12 months at what has caused you the most challenge, whatever it may be. Maybe a few things, and to write them down and burn them before we get into the new year. Burn them and then take a nice salt bath and feel how we would feel without carrying the burdens of whatever it is that's caused the challenges, the upsets. Not writing anybody's name or anybody's photograph. How we feel, what keeps presenting itself to us. What is it we keep telling ourselves that blocks us, that cause us to go into conflict with ourselves, that takes us into a retreat, into a time of resistance. What are we going into resistance with constantly? What situations keep presenting themselves that are the same, and we go into conflict? We can feel our energies starting to sink while we're in them. Write about it, write and burn it before the end of the year. So I'm sending so much love, and thank you so much for listening. It's been quite a long one, so if you've made it to the end, the lamps are lit, the energy's coming through, the healing's coming through from the higher realms, from the ascended masters, from Kuan Yin, the divine feminine, stepping forward, bringing in that healing. And she heals us from our past lifetimes, and she helps anyone who is in need of help, anyone who is suffering, whatever you are feeling, whatever you're going through. Surrender it in this moment, offer it, let it go, take a breath, take a nice cleansing breath, and thank you for listening. God bless. Thank you.